So I end up talking a lot about terrain for Warhammer 40k on this channel, and I like to encourage players and TOs to take the most advantage of the terrain keyword system in 9th edition 40k to make the most interesting and useful terrain for their tables. As I was bumbling around YouTube today, I found a tournament report from Scary over on the Scardcast, who went to the recent Stud or Snotling Major and showcased what I believe to be the greatest piece of terrain that I've ever seen on a competitive 40k table.
Holy Jesus. What is that?
Let me introduce you to the incredible Vehicle Bay Door Wall. This is just a simple ruin terrain feature. It's an L shape with a base on it, so if you touch the base, you are within the footprint of the terrain. Given that, they've given it the obscuring keyword. If you're not on that footprint, line of sight over the base of the terrain is blocked. Now, a big problem that 40k has with line of sight blocking terrain features is the fact that most of the time they are opaque walls that units like monsters or vehicles can't move through. With the obscuring keyword, you don't actually have to have that wall be opaque to block line of sight to most units, which means that the game has mechanisms to create terrain that are porous enough for large monsters and vehicles to move through them, but still block line of sight to those models, allowing them to survive alpha strikes. Now, most people haven't taken advantage of this, but Stud or Snotling is the exception, because this Vehicle Bay Door wall has a big vehicle bay door in it, an aperture that's large enough for most medium-sized vehicles to get through. I think it's just about big enough for maybe a Rhino. This kind of terrain is perfect for competitive events, and I think if we saw more things like it would bring that back the viability of those big, heavy monsters and vehicles that have trouble with high terrain formats, just simply because of the fact that they can't move through most of the terrain features on the table.